we
pass
still
on
don't
or
have
to
no
share.
models, clear models of what love is.
Right. So
Our
now the
model
point is if
is
you're with
the
somebody
Western
though,
world.
Yeah, we got to learn.
And this is what I'm
and
saying.
look how you're treated
When
by the
I'm
Western
saying
world.
what I'm saying about the Western world, right? Like, it's as clear as day. Like, this version of love that we're running off is toxic. It's poison. As man said, like, women are tapped.
But that's why
But
women
men are
have
tapped
the weird
too.
thoughts. Like you see when you say like, when a woman will say something like, "Oh no," but like toxicity is a mad thing in the world right now. Yeah. Now you've got people that will stay in relationships that are clearly toxic, but oh no, I know this is wrong, but I love him. Oh no, I know that she's this, but I love, and they will stay together. They're both toxic, yeah. But because they're both toxic, even if they see it, they see the toxic part of her as he would see her being toxic. She will see him being toxic, but they're not owning their own toxicities. Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah. This is me just playing around, listening to you talk. Do you think that I refuse to believe that the level of hatred and toxicity is greater than the level of love, and I refuse to believe that there's not enough role models of love.
Why do you refuse to
On
believe
that note,
Wait,
why? That's his choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But why are you refusing to believe it?
Because I think that we only get our sources of income before the internet wave, yeah? We only get our sources of information via news media outlet, which is indoctrinated. Yeah? Okay, cool. Then Instagram came along, and Instagram and Twitter are the main. Yeah, let's say social media are the main places where people get their news from now. Yeah, that's also controlled, right? And you got to remember, all these outlets are controlled by shallow, materialistic people. Anyone that actually really understands love wouldn't be on there portraying what love is. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So I don't think that because we're seeing Instagram or Twitter that is 90% of the world. Because I think genuinely the world that is in their house, making dinner, chilling out, watching a film, catching a movie, having a cuddle, doing all these other stuff is the world that is happening. And not just in the Western world, everywhere. Do you get what I'm saying? Like everywhere. But I think because negativity is so glamorized and so powerful that if someone was to post a killing on Instagram, it will go viral and go massive. But really, that isn't the reality of somebody's hometown. Does that?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll be honest, mine wasn't judged. My comment wasn't based off of even social media, period.
Mine's about
That's what
growing up in a community and not recognizing love. I haven't recognized a model of love that I can. I've received. Don't get me wrong. I've had my own love, but knowing what that is, like someone breaking down to me what love is.
Right, this is. Let me tell you why I refuse to believe that, Jay. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you from my perspective.
No. But this is what I'm saying. Because we can't see it, because we can't see it or feel it. Yeah. This is why it's similar to like when you lot was educating me on what God is. Yeah. To you guys, and correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but to you guys, God is what I would now say Mother Nature.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. But you can't see Mother Nature. You can feel it. Yeah. So now, if you're talking about love within a community, we all grew up together. We all had a sense of feeling for each other. Yeah. Where we wouldn't want to see anything happen, or we would do stuff for someone, or if someone needed something, we would help them out no matter what time of the day they called or whatever. That was much greater than the little things that happened a couple summers. Do you get what I'm saying? If you think of as a whole, there was way more love.
We were the models of love. Maybe that's why I didn't see it, because we are that. I can definitely know that we gave out love. But I'm saying about for me it's like the level of destruction I've seen. Like we haven't you see, like
I get
our
exactly
little
what you
group,
mean.
yeah,
I get exactly what
have
you mean.
been cool. But
What group?
like our group, you know, we've always been cool when we see each other. There's no, but I've just seen the destruction in other groups, and
But
because that to me, love is something that is, it just lasts the test of time, innit?
yeah, but
And
that's
so,
that destruction.
like if you have a like a long end, if we all know we're in this for the end game, as in like, okay, cool, me and you have a little disagreement, but the end game is we've got to build up our people, right? That's a next level of love, which I've not seen in that sense. So I know what you're saying, and that I completely agree, but I'm not thinking like that.
I think there's layers.
But yeah, there is definitely layers.
I think there's because you know when I hear you speak, when I hear you two speak, I'm hearing friendship, like between a group that's grown up together. There's that. I think that there's more toxicity. Like I would place toxicity and a level of indoctrination in regards to love in, and I'll tie that to a man and a woman. That's where I would tie it to, because when I see it
between male and female.
Right. So when I see and I hear the version of love that people speak, it was like what we were saying the other day and stuff. All I'm hearing is Valentine's Day. I'm hearing me loving you is buying you this. It's us being together forever. It's the heart.
Yeah.
It's the Western world's narrative of love, and when I see black and brown people running off of that, to me, that's somewhat of an indication of.
How do you monitor that? So if you're looking at a couple, if you're looking at a couple, and they were like, I bought my bae a watch for Valentine's Day. How can you tell if that is love or if they're governed by the Western models of love?
So I think, as you said the other day, like love languages, how you speak to someone, what you speak about, how you view a woman, because it's like we don't necessarily, not we personally, but a lot of people don't take into account the fact that they have fully been indoctrinated and they are not their higher self. They are not a better version of themselves. They are who the white man programmed them to be.
No,
that's a language. That's a feeling.
So deep.
That's a seeing.
You know,
that's
when you lot spoke about marriage,
right? It's an assumption based off what I know, right? That's not necessarily to say like my way is the way, but based on what I know about the lessons, the teachings that we've all faced as black people in the Western world, when I hear people speak, all I hear is the white man. I hear that version. I don't hear, it's like what I said.
What are the two different versions?
So, say for example, right? I said, where did we learn how to have sex? I'm like, on the TV. Where did you learn how to love, or a version of love on TV? That's not like an unindoctrinated version of it. That's an indoctrinated version of it. So in my mind, I'm like, if we've been indoctrinated, what's the other way?
Because when I've learned about ejaculation, and what
oh, you went there for that episode.
Yeah, when I learned about ejaculation and what that actually means, so when you're programmed to just ejaculate without thinking about what you're doing, you're losing that energy, that life force energy that should be actually transformed in your body, instead of out all the time.
Yeah, we've only been taught the surface, the indoctrination, so we're just doing this stuff unconsciously. We're not consciously doing this stuff. To consciously do this stuff is to take into account more. And
mine is going, but
yeah, because I'm thinking, have you ever actually had sex with someone? Sorry.
Yeah, no, do you think?
And felt like shit afterwards.
He's like, no.
Or felt like, what the did I do? I know I have.
Many times.
For sure.
Let me ask you, 'cause my head is getting hot. Right, listen. if we take away, if we take away all the material stuff, right? Clothes, bricks, everything, right?
Bricks.
Everything.
Housing,
take away
housing.
everything. And it's just us on the planet, earthing,
naked.
I mean,
naked,
it's too cold for that.
Okay. Right. No, you would be, because we wouldn't have been nicked by them.
Be in Africa.
But anyway. And so you're saying Mother Nature created us, all with, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong again, good and bad energy, because there has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, creates you with energy. It's your choice what you choose.
But it has to be,
choice. It's like a free will.
But it has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Regardless, it has to be a balance, Because if you're saying that, if I choose to be 100% good, that means someone's chosen to be 100% bad.
You need another version to recognise
right,
it.
So everyone has to have good and bad in them. That's what I'm choosing to believe in this life.
Cool.
Anyway, How do you then know that it's not Mother Nature saying, like, go and, release it everywhere?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying though, but see, look,
because we
don't know. The reason why we don't know is because we've been indoctrinated. Like, the thoughts, the words, the language, the letters are within us. So just imagine if you never had that, right? So like being like, so when you first come out of your mum, right? You're as pure as you can be until the indoctrination starts, until the programming starts. So we actually don't know that version of life because it was taken away from us straight away. So when they say things like, you don't see things as it is, you see things as you are. That's the programming. Like, you only know what you know because they've indoctrinated you. And it's only until you start to unindoctrinate and put your own programs in where you start seeing another version. But is it ever the version?
Yeah.
If we look at the animal kingdoms, there is no animal, that says, and animals are some of the most purest things going. If you just watch them, there is no animal that is just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna hold my semen in, and I'll feel some type of, because you watch them. They release it everywhere.
Number one, they don't have sex as much. Number one. Number two, they're not as intelligent.
Monkeys are intelligent. Monkeys just are as intelligent as us.
When they're not as we're intelligent.
Intelligence is the problem. We don't know animals to be indoctrinated. They've been kidnapped and placed in zoos.
They're actually more intelligent.
We have been. They are pure. So, like you said, we've been indoctrinated. We will never know what it's not like to not have, to not have that freedom of thought. Like, it's the Kanye West said something that I think is so real. He said, what did he say? He said something like, feeling is more powerful than thought. And I think that's so real because the feeling, right? Like, the thought's been placed there. The feeling is something that just comes. Like, you have feeling. When you're born, like, you're born with feeling. No one don't have to indoctrinate that in you. That's just there. The thought gets planted in you. So from that point on, you've been corrupt in a sense.
Because when you think